Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are all born with weaknesses, every single one of us. That's not something to be ashamed of. That's life handing you a script with blank pages. But let me tell you, it's not the weakness that defines you, it's what you do with it. Acknowledging weakness is one of the most courageous steps a person can take on their journey to growth and self-improvement. It requires humility, honesty, and an unflinching willingness to confront the parts of ourselves we might rather ignore. Weakness in any form, whether physical, emotional, mental, or situational, is not something to fear or to run from. Instead, it is an opportunity, a mirror that reflects areas where we have the potential to grow stronger. Many people live in denial of their weaknesses, and this denial is a trap. When you refuse to recognize your shortcomings, you give them silent permission to control you. Think of it like a shadow. It's always there, lingering behind you, but until you turn around and face it, it remains an undefined force, always present, subtly influencing your choices and holding you back. Denial only serves to deepen the impact of weakness, allowing it to fester and spread like an untreated wound. It is the moment you take responsibility for your reality. This is not an act of defeat. It is the first step toward victory. When you acknowledge a weakness, you are no longer allowing it to control you from the shadows. You are dragging it into the light where you can examine it, understand it, and start to address it. Weakness loses much of its power when it is named and faced head-on. Acknowledgement requires self-reflection, a willingness to ask yourself hard questions and accept uncomfortable truths. It's not about self-pity or beating yourself up over what you can't do or what you failed at. It's about recognizing where you stand so you can plan a way forward. This process demands vulnerability, and vulnerability is often misunderstood as weakness itself. But being vulnerable is not about being fragile or incapable. It's about having the strength to admit you don't have all the answers yet and the courage to start searching for them. One of the most liberating aspects of acknowledging weakness is the understanding that it is not permanent. Weakness is not a label, it's a state, and states can change. When you admit to yourself, "I'm not good at this yet," you've already started shifting your mindset from defeat to determination. That small word yet holds incredible power. It signals possibility, growth, and transformation. It reminds you that your current state does not define your future. Acknowledging weakness is also a deeply humanizing act. It breaks down the facade of perfection that so many people try to maintain. We live in a world that often celebrates strength and hides struggles, but everyone has weaknesses. By acknowledging your own, you open the door to deeper connections with others. You show that you're real, that you're willing to work on yourself, and that you're not afraid to admit you're a work in progress. This kind of authenticity is magnetic. It inspires others to do the same, creating a ripple effect of self-improvement and mutual support. If you ignore or deny your weaknesses, you waste valuable time and effort pretending they don't exist. But when you face them, you can channel your energy into strategies for overcoming them. Whether it's seeking out knowledge, asking for help, practicing a skill, or building new habits, the act of acknowledging your weakness is the catalyst for positive action. It's important to recognize that acknowledgement is not a one-time event, it's an ongoing process. As you grow and overcome one weakness, new challenges will emerge. This is the nature of growth. Each step forward brings new opportunities to refine yourself further. By embracing the cycle, you develop resilience, adaptability, and the confidence to face whatever comes your way. In acknowledging your weaknesses, you don't just take the first step toward overcoming them, you also lay the foundation for discovering your true strength. There's nothing more empowering than turning your greatest challenges into your greatest triumphs, and it all starts with the willingness to say, "This is where I am, and I'm ready to change." Setbacks are an inevitable part of life. No matter how carefully we plan, how hard we work, or how determined we are, challenges will come. It's not the presence of setbacks that defines us, but how we respond to them. Every setback, no matter how difficult or painful, carries within it the seeds of growth. When we change the way we view these moments and embrace them as stepping stones, we unlock the power to rise stronger and smarter than before. The first step in turning setbacks into stepping stones is recognizing that they are not the end of the road. Often, when we face failure or disappointment, it can feel overwhelming, as though everything we've worked for has been destroyed. But setbacks are not permanent. They are temporary obstacles that offer opportunities to reassess, realign, and redirect our efforts. By shifting our mindset from "why is this happening to me" to "what is this teaching me," we transform setbacks from roadblocks into opportunities for learning. Every setback carries a lesson. Failure is often a better teacher than success because it forces us to confront our mistakes, reevaluate our strategies, and push ourselves to grow. When things go wrong, we are given a chance to examine what didn't work and why. Was it a lack of preparation? A flawed plan? A misjudgment of resource designing? These moments of reflection are critical for growth. The lessons we learn from setbacks not only prepare us for future challenges, but also make us more resilient. Over time, we build a stronger foundation for success by learning how to adapt, improve, and move forward. Another way setbacks become stepping stones is through the perspective they provide. When everything is going smoothly, it's easy to take things for granted. Setbacks remind us of the value of persistence, effort, and creativity. They test our character and our commitment to our goals. The struggle of overcoming a setback often leads to a deeper appreciation for the journey itself. In facing adversity, we discover strengths we didn't know we had, and we build the confidence to tackle even greater challenges in the future. Setbacks also push us to innovate and find new solutions. When one path is blocked, we are forced to look for alternatives. This can lead to breakthroughs we might never have considered if things had gone according to plan. Some of the most successful people in history turned their greatest failures into their greatest achievements simply by refusing to give up and finding a new way forward. These moments of ingenuity and determination can redefine not only our goals, but also the way we approach life. The ability to bounce back from failure is one of the most valuable traits a person can develop. Each time we rise after a fall, we prove to ourselves that we are capable of handling adversity. This resilience becomes a source of inner strength, allowing us to face future challenges with greater courage and confidence. Instead of fearing setbacks, we come to see them as necessary steps in the process of growth and success. Inner strength is not something that can be seen or touched, but it is one of the most powerful forces in shaping our lives. It is the deep reservoir of resilience, courage, and determination that resides within each of us, waiting to be tapped into when life demands it. While external circumstances can change and the world around us may shift unpredictably, inner strength is the foundation that helps us stand firm no matter what life throws our way. At its core, inner strength is the ability to stay grounded and focused in the face of adversity. It's not the absence of fear or doubt, but the ability to push through them. When challenges arise, it is easy to feel overwhelmed and even paralyzed by the uncertainty of the situation. But inner strength allows us to rise above these emotions, to choose action over inaction, to press forward when quitting seems like the easier option. It is the calm in the storm, the quiet confidence that tells you, I've got this no matter how hard it gets. Unlike external forms of strength, which can be easily seen, muscle mass, power, or dominance, inner strength is invisible. It is the mental and emotional fortitude to keep going when the world says stop. It comes from within, from the deep understanding that no matter how difficult the road ahead may seem, we possess everything we need to navigate it. Inner strength is born from our experiences, our triumphs, our failures, and everything in between. Every time we face hardship and choose not to be defeated, we build our inner strength. It is the muscle of the soul, and like any muscle, it grows stronger the more we use it. One of the most significant aspects of inner strength is the ability to maintain a sense of purpose. When external factors are beyond our control, the one thing we can control is how we respond. Inner strength helps us stay focused on our goals, values, and vision, even when distractions, setbacks, and doubts try to pull us off course. It allows us to maintain clarity when things are chaotic, to keep moving forward even when the path seems unclear. This strength doesn't come from knowing exactly how things will unfold, but from trusting that we are capable of handling whatever comes our way. At the same time, inner strength is deeply tied to emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our emotions. It's about not letting frustration or fear take the wheel, but choosing to respond thoughtfully and with intention. The stronger our emotional intelligence, the better we can navigate life's ups and downs without being overwhelmed by them. Inner strength gives us the tools to rise above negative emotions, to process them without being consumed by them, and to turn them into a source of power rather than a source of weakness. Another crucial component of inner strength is self-belief. To tap into your inner power, you have to believe in your ability to persevere. Self-doubt is the greatest enemy of inner strength because it convinces you that you are not capable of overcoming obstacles. But the truth is, you have faced challenges before and come out the other side stronger. Every success, no matter how small, is proof of your ability to weather storms and keep going. When you believe in yourself, you unlock a well of untapped potential, and that belief becomes a driving force that propels you forward. Inner strength is also about embracing vulnerability. It's not about being impervious to pain or struggle, but about acknowledging your humanity and continuing to push forward despite it. Vulnerability is the birthplace of true strength because it requires you to be honest with yourself and the world. The more you allow yourself to be vulnerable, the more resilient you become because you are not afraid to show up, even in your most imperfect moments. Inner strength isn't about being unbreakable, it's about embracing the broken parts of yourself and using them to propel you forward. Motivation is a powerful force, no doubt. It's the spark that ignites action, the initial rush of energy that pushes us to start something new, to take the first step toward a goal. But as anyone who has ever set a long-term goal knows, motivation is fleeting. It can come in waves, rising when the excitement is high and falling when the challenges seem too great. That's where discipline comes in. While motivation may get us started, it is discipline that keeps us going, especially when the initiative fades away. Discipline is the consistent everyday commitment to a goal, no matter how we feel in the moment. It's the choice to do what needs to be done, regardless of whether we're feeling motivated or not. This is where many people falter. They rely too heavily on motivation and expect it to carry them through the tough times. When motivation wanes, they stop because they believe they have to feel motivated in order to take action. But true success is built on the ability to push forward when the feelings aren't there, when the excitement fades, and when the work becomes mundane or difficult. That's where discipline shines. Discipline is about showing up day after day, even when the result doesn't seem immediately rewarding, even when the effort feels like it's not paying off. It's the ability to put in the work, even when you'd rather do something else, knowing that each small effort compounds over time and contributes to the larger goal. It's this commitment to consistency that leads to mastery, growth, and ultimately success. Unlike motivation, which fluctuates, discipline is steady and reliable. It's about establishing habits that propel us forward regardless of our emotional state. When we rely on discipline, we don't allow ourselves to be governed by our feelings. This doesn't mean ignoring emotions. It means recognizing that feelings are not always reliable indicators of action. There will be days when we feel tired, discouraged, or distracted, but discipline teaches us to move past those feelings and do the necessary work anyway. This approach prevents procrastination, reduces self-doubt, and fosters a deep sense of accomplishment because we are not dependent on external factors to determine our progress. Discipline is also about creating routines and systems that support our goals. It's about understanding that success is not just about one grand effort, but the sum of countless small, consistent actions. Whether it's setting a schedule, breaking down large tasks into manageable steps, or simply committing to a few minutes of work each day, discipline helps us turn big dreams into achievable outcomes. It allows us to focus on the process rather than the immediate results, teaching us that success is built over time, one disciplined action at a time. Another key aspect of discipline is the ability to persevere through setbacks and failures. Motivation may encourage us to keep going when things are going well, but it's discipline that keeps us moving when we encounter obstacles or face periods of stagnation. Setbacks are inevitable, but it's our discipline that helps us recover and continue working toward our goals, no matter the roadblocks. It's the ability to view setbacks as part of the process, not a reason to quit. In this way, discipline turns failure into an opportunity for growth rather than a reason to give up. Discipline is what sustains us when motivation is nowhere to be found. It's the quiet, unwavering commitment to do what's necessary, even when it feels hard or unglamorous. It's the mindset that success is not an event, but a journey, a series of consistent, purposeful actions that lead us toward our goals. When we prioritize discipline over motivation, we create a foundation for long-term success that isn't reliant on the ever-changing tides of inspiration, but on our own commitment to doing the work no matter what. The people we surround ourselves with have a profound influence on the trajectory of our lives. Whether we realize it or not, the energy, attitudes, and behaviors of those around us affect how we think, feel, and act. This is why it is crucial to surround ourselves with strength people who uplift us, challenge us, and help us grow into the best version of ourselves. Strength doesn't just come from within, it can be nurtured and bolstered by the people we choose to share our lives with. When you surround yourself with strength, you are surrounding yourself with individuals who possess qualities like resilience, determination, and a positive mindset. These are the people who refuse to accept defeat and view obstacles as challenges to be conquered. They inspire us not just by what they say, but by how they live. Strength is contagious. When we are in the presence of those who refuse to give up, who keep pushing forward no matter the circumstances, it ignites a spark within us to do the same. Their actions serve as a constant reminder of the possibilities that lie ahead when we choose to stay the course, even in the toughest of times. On the other hand, when we surround ourselves with negativity, self-doubt, and complacency, we begin to absorb those same energies. People who constantly focus on limitations, who are quick to criticize or condemn, create an environment that drains our motivation and feeds our insecurities. It becomes harder to see our own potential when we are surrounded by individuals who lack belief in themselves, let alone in others. The more time we spend in this environment, the more we risk internalizing those same negative beliefs, which can significantly hinder our growth and progress. The company we keep directly impacts our mindset and in turn our actions. Strength in others comes not just from their ability to endure hardship, but from their capacity to support and lift others up. A person of strength isn't just someone who can handle challenges on their own. They are also the ones who offer encouragement, wisdom, and a helping hand when others are struggling. Surrounding yourself with these kinds of people means having a support system that propels you forward, not one that leaves you to face your challenges alone. They are the ones who remind you of your worth when you forget it, who offer guidance when you're uncertain, and who celebrate your victories as if they were their own. Their strength becomes a source of encouragement, reminding you that you are never truly alone in your struggles. It's not just about having a network of people to support you in times of need. It's also about surrounding yourself with those who challenge you to be better. The strongest people in your life aren't the ones who always agree with you or tell you what you want to hear. They're the ones who push you out of your comfort zone. They help you see your potential even when you doubt it. These individuals ask the tough questions and refuse to let you settle for mediocrity. They encourage you to take risks, to pursue your goals with conviction, and to hold yourself accountable. It is in these relationships that real growth occurs because they force you to confront your weaknesses, to develop discipline, and to rise to the occasion. Surrounding yourself with strength isn't about isolating yourself from negative people. It's about consciously choosing to fill your life with those who elevate you. It's about creating a circle that empowers you to step into your own strength and inspires you to pursue your goals relentlessly. Whether it's through shared experiences, mentorship, or mutual support, being around people who embody strength allows you to tap into your own potential in ways you may never have imagined. The strength of others becomes the catalyst for your own transformation, helping you to become the person you were always meant to be. Imperfection is often seen as something to be avoided or fixed, a flaw to be hidden from others and even from ourselves. We are taught to strive for perfection, to present an image of flawlessness, whether it's in our appearance, our work, or our accomplishments. But the truth is, imperfection is not a weakness or a barrier to success. It is, in fact, an essential part of the process of growth. Embracing imperfection allows us to move forward, to make progress, and to become more authentic and resilient in the process. The fear of imperfection often holds us back from taking action at all. We wait for the perfect moment to begin, the perfect conditions to act, and the perfect self to emerge before we show up fully in life. But this pursuit of perfection is a trap. Perfection is an illusion. It's an unattainable ideal that, if we cling to it, can paralyze us with doubt and fear. Waiting for everything to be perfect only leads to stagnation and missed opportunities. Progress, on the other hand, is built on the willingness to take imperfect action. It's about showing up, doing the best you can, and being willing to make mistakes along the way. Every misstep, every flaw, every mistake is a stepping stone that leads you closer to where you want to go. When we embrace imperfection, we free ourselves from the pressure of having to get everything right the first time. We allow ourselves to be human, to learn and grow from our experiences. We stop measuring our worth based on how flawless our efforts appear to others, and instead we focus on the value of the journey. Progress doesn't happen in a straight line. There are twists, turns, setbacks, and failures. But each of these moments offers a lesson, a chance to refine our approach and become better. By embracing imperfection, we stop expecting perfection and begin to appreciate the small steps forward, the incremental improvements, and the growth that comes from persistence and resilience. Imperfection also fosters authenticity. When we let go of the need to present a perfect image to the world, we allow ourselves to be real. We show up with all of our flaws and quirks, and in doing so, we create deeper connections with others. People are drawn to authenticity because it makes us relatable. It's easy to be inspired by someone who seems perfect, but it's even more inspiring to see someone who has struggled, fallen, and risen again. When we embrace imperfection, we stop hiding behind a facade and start living fully in all our messy, beautiful humanity. It reminds us that we are constantly evolving, that we are always learning, and that there is always room for growth. This mindset encourages a sense of curiosity rather than judgment. Instead of criticizing ourselves for every imperfection, we ask questions like, what can I learn from this? Or how can I improve next time? This open-minded approach helps us to keep moving forward, to stay flexible and adaptable in the face of challenges. In a world that often values perfection and success above all else, embracing imperfection is a radical act. It's a refusal to be defined by an unattainable standard and a commitment to progress over perfection. When we embrace our imperfections, we take the pressure off ourselves and allow space for creativity, growth, and self-compassion. We recognize that no one is perfect and that imperfection is a necessary part of life. By accepting our flaws as part of the process, we can move forward with confidence, knowing that every step, no matter how imperfect, is progress. ChatGPT. Embracing imperfection is not a sign of failure, but a declaration of resilience and growth. It allows us to break free from the shackles of perfectionism and take bold, imperfect steps forward in pursuit of our goals. By acknowledging that we are human, flawed, evolving, and ever-changing, we open ourselves up to endless possibilities. We stop waiting for the perfect moment and start creating progress through action, learning, and persistence. Imperfection becomes the very tool that drives us toward our best selves, not despite our flaws, but because of them. So, let's embrace imperfection, for it is the catalyst that leads us to progress, authenticity, and ultimately success.